Hi, you guys. I just got back from Georgia. So many peaches, so little time. I'm so tired, but I did want to get a video in before I go to sleep because tomorrow I won't have time to do it because I'm doing my bonus audio and it's a whopper. So here I am late at night. Okay, so quickly I did do a ghost tour. And on the ghost tour, I went to a bunch of haunted places and I think I might have caught a ghost on one of my pictures. Want to see? So I did this on my Instagram page because it was easier to see it. But see that like weird blue light line that seems to be like flying by? I'm thinking that's a ghost. What do you guys think? There was a lot of bad things that happened in this park. This was one of the haunted parks where, I don't know if this was the one where there were hangings in the park, but like a lot of just really dark stuff. It turns out, you guys, that Georgia is like a giant cemetery and the majority of the city is built on top of dead bodies. Like how creepy is that? Want to see one more cool picture and then I'll move on to the topic. By the way, you guys, did you go listen to the Courtney Kaplan part 2? I released 36 minutes of that hour and 30-minute interview free. You have no excuses. Anyway, it came out on Sunday, so go listen to it. You won't be sorry. Look, this was the back of someone's car, and this was the car that back was in. Isn't that weird? Yeah, dead stuff everywhere in Savannah, Georgia. Also peaches and history and very nice architecture. All right, let's get going. So a few days ago, I did a video, I think it's called James Kennedy's Secret, and it's got Kristen Doute on the thumbnail crying. Anyway, it's a video telling you that the person in Kristen Doute's book that abused her that she never named was James Kennedy. And some of the people were like, Dana, I know you have a lot of really good evidence in here, but how can you be sure? The truth of the matter was Kristen Doute had told Thea in some DMs that the story was true because the story originated from Kristen Doute's publicist, whom Thea's really close with. And Kristen then reached out and confirmed that indeed the story was accurate, okay, to Thea. Because Thea posted the story on her Instagram page and she posted it as like something a publicity friend of hers told her. So what ended up happening is I got the receipts and I know the publicist who told the story. So I really believed it because I know she wouldn't lie. And then a few hours after that, I had done the video and Thea found out that Kristen Doute acknowledged it directly with Thea. So she said, I saw it on your story and I want you to know you're right, it's true. But I never wanted to tell it because I thought I'd get backlash. And then a bunch of tea spilled from there. Well, you know, I wanted to get the word out about this tea because for some reason, like Bravo PR wasn't really supportive of Kristen telling this story on the show or in the public arenas for some reason. And Thea speculates that that's because maybe Lisa Vanderpump being close to James's parents might have not wanted this to come out as a story on the show, that he abused Kristen. But what I guess upset Kristen was crazy Kristen Doute edit started to come out when she had mentioned to the powers that be at Bravo that she had been abused by James. So was it a takedown, in other words? Okay, so let me show you the receipts. I'm not here to convince you of anything or blame anybody. I'm just here to tell you the story. Now, if you don't know about James's parents, please go back and watch James' secret video because in there I do a whole last 10 minutes of that video on James's upbringing and his parents, in case you don't know, because it explains a lot. Okay, so here's Kristen commenting on Thea's post that she put up about her friend who's a publicist telling the story about Kristen Doute going to her house in the middle of the night upset because James had abused her physically, had slapped her. Okay, and so this is what Kristen wrote to Thea, "Hi Thea, I didn't even see this until now. I was about to message you because a friend sent me this." So Kristen was saying that she saw the post of what Thea wrote about the story about the publicist, which Kristen knows is true. Okay, so then let me recap. Kristen says, "And I was going to ask who wrote, said that, etc. Now it all makes sense. You're speaking on behalf of the night I slept at blank." Okay, so blank, I know. And blank is a friend of Thea's and Kristen's, and I've met her and she's super cool. But I'm going to leave blank's name out of this. I actually redacted this, okay? And then Thea says, "Yes, that was me. Is it okay that I talked about it? Yes, I am." And then Thea says, "I checked with her and she just didn't want me to say her name, but that it was okay to share the story." And then Kristen said, "Oh yeah, for sure. I've been dying to tell the world for 8 years. Just never felt like the right time and doesn't feel like anyone would care at this point." Then she says, "I wish I could shout it from the rooftops of Los Angeles about James." And then she says, of course, one day. Well, the one day is now because it's out. So here we go. By the way, Kristen said it was okay. Just saying. Okay, so here we go. "Thank you for acknowledging it and me, Thea. It really makes me sick and people constantly wondering why I'm so obsessed with him because it's clear I have a visceral reaction. It's been pretty shitty. Like I said, one day she'll talk about it." And then Thea said, "Of course you do. It's awful. And I'm practically an eyewitness because blank was and is my best friend. So haters can suck it. I'm on your side. Anything you need, just let me know." And then Kristen said, "Send her my love." Now, when I got wind of all of this, I, of course, said I would always have another girl's back that has been in an abusive situation. And although James Kennedy is well loved and I'm sure has hopefully grown as a man and doesn't do this kind of thing anymore, let's hope, I felt like her story should finally be heard, and it seemed okay with everyone. Let's put it that way. Anyway, Thea wanted to make sure I didn't miss this, so she sent it to me in Georgia. She says, "I'm going to tell you all about one more thing regarding Kristen and the night James hit her and made her so scared for her own well-being that she had to sleep at my best friend's house. They told Bravo, and Bravo wouldn't let Kristen talk about it publicly. So much for a network that supports women." And then Thea wrote boom to me. So I don't think that part came from Kristen. I think that came from Thea and Kristen's mutual friend who had spoken to Bravo PR about the incident with James, and that Bravo PR basically said, don't talk about it publicly. And then I guess what happened was they said to her, like they just didn't want her to talk about it maybe on the show. Now, I don't know how that went down with Kristen and the producers, if she even tried to talk about it on the show or she took the hint from Bravo PR. But that's basically where it died on the vine. So Thea felt like maybe it didn't happen because Lisa Vanderpump was so close with James's parents, mainly the mom, so that maybe that was the reason it got shot down, to protect James because she's very close with him. Lisa's very close with James. Okay, so then someone sent this to Thea, which she posted on her feed today. It says, "I was at LA Pride when they were filming season 8 and saw Kristen in the street near Sir, very upset and speaking very loudly to someone she was with about him hitting her. I commented on a post and mentioned it back then in a VPR group and got attacked and basically driven out of the group for spreading damaging rumors. But I legitimately heard it with my own 2 ears because I was walking right behind her. I also thought it was very weird how they completely edited her out of season 8 Pride episode because she was there and was definitely bringing the drama. So hearing that Bravo didn't let her talk about it finally explains that." Also, Kristen responded to somebody who said, didn't Kristen punch James in the face at the wedding? Kristen, in response to this, said, "He," meaning James, "shoved me into the bushes. It was cut out. I'm so tired of the narrative that I was abusive because that's what aired." Now, Thea says that another source texted her that they knew that Raquel had been headbutted in the nose by James, and that's how her nose got hurt. I mean, I don't know if that was an accident or intentional, but based on Kristen, it's not great. And supposedly, a source told Thea, which I think I know who this source is, that LVP perpetuated this crazy Kristen narrative on the show after Kristen reported the abuse so no one would believe her if she decided to talk. Whoa. Can you imagine if this conspiracy is correct? This is so dark. I have known some pretty dark shit to happen behind the scenes on evolution shows. Let's just say that. But this is like next level. Really, truly. Okay, so here's what I can tell you. On my season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 2, when Taylor was being abused, production, which was the same production company, Evolution, definitely was paying up 2 storylines. One, that Taylor was a liar and making it up for attention, and another that it was like real. But they definitely preferred the she was making it up storyline over that it was real. So I can say that, which I thought was really weird, because you should always believe a woman when she says she's being abused, and you certainly shouldn't be telling any other narrative on TV where people watch for inspiration on their life, right? Good, bad, or indifferent. So that was weird to me always. Also, Lisa Vanderpump didn't really support Taylor, although Taylor went on to tell that narrative mainly for clout, because Lisa Vanderpump was popular with the fans, okay? Because it wasn't true. Lisa Vanderpump did not have Taylor's back in the abuse thing, and she was questioning it as much as the next guy. So I believe this is possible. And I believe that Lisa Vanderpump would want to protect the show and maybe protect James. I don't know. It's possible. I'm not sure 100% it's true, but it's possible. But can you imagine if Raquel actually was headbutted by James and it was in a fit of anger and not like an accident, and production went with that story again to protect James? Wow. What a crazy breaking story that would be. Raquel Leviss, where are you? So abuse can happen to anyone, but it happens a lot to women. And it usually happens with someone who's a domestic partner that's very controlling and also controls the finances and isolates the person from their friends. And, you know, sometimes you just don't even know what's happening. But a lot of women don't know how to leave because they have no money. So LifeWire, which is, this is the phone number for them, they can help you find resources that will help you leave with your child suddenly, abruptly, and without incident, so that you can escape the situation if needed. Now, here's the signs in case you don't know. Do you worry that your relationship isn't healthy? Do you feel afraid of your partner or avoid making them angry? Believe that you deserve to be hurt or mistreated? Do you feel emotionally numb or helpless? Do you dread going home or seeing your partner? And the rest are there. You know, do you feel isolated by the person, etc.? This is another thing to consider. Does your partner humiliate or criticize or yell at you? Do they invalidate your feelings or make you feel crazy? Do they act jealous or possessive? Control where you go or what you do? Keep you from seeing your friends or family? Threaten to out you at work or to family or friends? Limit your access to money, phones, or transportation? Threaten to take your children away or harm them? Constantly call, text, or show up unannounced? Destroy your belongings or threaten your pets? There's more, of course. Slapping, choking, threatening to turn you into the police or to use your immigration against you, threaten family members against you, threaten to kill themselves if you leave. LifeWire is a really good resource to determine your abuse situation. They will help you gauge how serious it is, and they can also help you get support and figure out what to do confidentially. So anyway, just thought I'd end this video with that. You're not alone. You can DM me too, and I'll help you. Don't worry. I understand. I've been in really, really awful situation too, and I had trouble getting away also. So I understand. Now, one more thing I want to say to you guys. I know this was kind of a serious video, but I want to say that, if you're somebody who abuses people, you too can get help. You don't have to continue to be an abuser. You're likely somebody who was abused yourself, and you're repeating what you learned as a child because you were mistreated or you were unfairly affected by awful people that were supposed to protect you and instead hurt you. Get help. Fix it. You can break the cycle of abuse. Fix it. Fix it for your kids, fix it for yourself, and fix it for your significant other. You're not helpless. Take the power back from the people who hurt you and reprogram yourself. Okay, sorry this became a PSA, but it is important. A lot of women and men don't even know they're being abused, and they just sit there in the middle of the hell and repeat it. And especially young women that really don't have a lot of experience or only experience with toxic men for whatever reason. I wanted to do this video for them too, because I don't want to see any young ladies being hit by men. Or, I can't. It's so upsetting to me. And men, I don't want to see men being hit by women. Don't hit. You're not supposed to touch people. I have a rule. I never hit my son, not once. Because he doesn't need to live in fear of me. There's enough to live in fear of out there. All right, you guys. What a depressing video. Well, listen, have the best rest of your day, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Tomorrow night is my live with Thea. She's going to be probably featured on The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Reunion Part 3. We, have the full scoop of what was happening behind the scenes. I hope you'll join me and her to spill the tea. I've also been sent a bunch of stuff, which I've been waiting to address because of tomorrow's live. So tomorrow, Tuesday after the show, 9:30 p.m. East Coast time, we will see you on my channel on the live section. Bye.